Families and friends across the country are coming together this Thanksgiving weekend to share food, laughter, and love with each other, ushering in the start of the holiday season. But for so many, especially in communities throughout South Florida, there are people in need of someone's time and compassion. Today, we'll hear from 3 South Florida nonprofits helping to change the lives of others. In Miami-Dade County, the nonprofit 100 Black Men of South Florida provides young African Americans and other minorities mentoring and educational programs, helping disadvantaged and low-income young people find a path to a brighter future. Here to share more about their work is Stephen Hunter Johnson, president of 100 Black Men of South Florida, and past president Bobby Hall. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks so much, Pam.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so Stephen, start off with just explaining to folks what 100 Black Men of South Florida is all about, and it stems from a national organization, correct?
That's correct. The 100 Black Men of America, we are the local chapter, the 100 Black Men of South Florida, and our primary focus is mentoring and offering mentoring for us to young boys here in South Florida. But we also have a health and wellness component, a economic empowerment component, a education component as well. So those are our 4 for the future. Our motto, and it's something we're proud of, is what you see, what they'll see is what they'll be.
So the whole idea is to give these young men an opportunity to see someone like yourselves who is a successful Black man in the community, who can be a role model to them. Again, if they see that, they're going to emulate that and become that. That's the hope, right?
It does 2 things at the same time. First, it gives our young boys an opportunity to see professionals in all walks of life come before them and talk about what those young boys are going through, right? So mentoring is talking to them about where they are. However, it also gives our Black professionals here in the area an opportunity to reconnect and re-engage with those young boys so that we can deal with the problems that face urban America, particularly African Americans in urban America.
Bobby, talk about that for a bit. What are some of the challenges that these young men face?
Well, to be honest with you, some of the challenges are the violence in their neighborhoods every day. You know, we a lot of times talk about mass shootings, and rightly so. But these kids see it every day in their neighborhood. I mean, not only do they see it, but a lot of time it affects their families, their friends. You know, family members are being shot and killed, or friends are being shot and killed. And it has a devastating effect on some of them. You know, as we sit and talk with them and mentor them, they confide in us with these things, and we have to find a way to try and help. So it's a great thing when you can see how your mentorship has affected a young person from the time they walk in as a 7th grader to the time they graduate from college. It's a tremendous turnaround for a lot of them. So,
how are these boys identified? How do they get into the program?
Well, there are several different avenues. A lot of the kids come in from counselors at different schools. We're partnered with Dade County Public Schools, and we reach out to a lot of the middle schools in the underserved neighborhoods. And from that, the counselors will recommend the kids to us. We also open it up to different other organizations, churches, or even from the membership itself. If we see a young man who might be in trouble, we'll reach out to our Leadership Academy and say, hey, listen, we think we have a great candidate for you.
And Stephen, that's why your community partners are so important, aren't they?
So in partnering with other community-based organizations throughout the Miami-Dade County area, we actually can learn not from the 50,000-foot view, but on the ground, what the needs are, which families are struggling, which young boys are struggling. So I field calls, and it's funny, I'll field calls at all times of the day and the evening with someone saying, hey, I know of a young man, we really like to get him some help. Those are the things that we stand for, and we try to provide to our community-based organization partners.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving is upon us, so talk to us about the drive, Bobby. You're in charge, right? What's your official title?
I am I got about 10. But for this particular one, I'm the chairman of the Thanksgiving Food Drive.
Okay, so talk about this amazing food drive and what goes into it.
Absolutely, I'm happy to talk about it. Our Thanksgiving Food Drive, we've been doing it now for over 25 years. And we have been gracious enough, well, Publix has been gracious enough for the last 15 years to be our food partner. We also have other sponsors. UPS is a sponsor of ours, FPL, Amscot, Mrs. Wonderful Cakes, and GCN Solutions. And what we do is we go to a particular Publix. This year is going to be at 9050 Biscayne Boulevard. We have an assembly line where we put together a box that goes down the assembly line, and from there it's a turkey, 2 cans of corn, 2 cans of green beans, stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy,
Wow.
Jiffy cornbread mix, Miss Wonderful cake, Dunkin' Hines cake mix, macaroni and cheese rice, everything
Wow.
for a complete Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah.
We package it up, box it up, and our logistics partner, UPS, will deliver to the different community-based organizations. And the reason we do it, we deliver to community-based organizations and schools and churches is because, as Stephen mentioned earlier, they are the ones who are on the ground in those neighborhoods and realize and can recognize the people who really need it. So
Absolutely,
we, leave it completely up to those organizations to deliver the boxes to those who are more in need.
I think what's so important too is that you are trying to help the whole person. Like, for example, I know you have this thing called For the Future. So it's like you said, it's mentoring, it's education, health and wellness is so important that these boys are eating correctly, taking care of their bodies,
Absolutely.
that they're not vaping or smoking or doing drugs or drinking alcohol, that they know how to take care of themselves. And then also economic empowerment. Talk a little bit about that, Stephen. You're teaching them also about finances too, right?
So, and this is actually one of my very favorite events. What we do every Christmas, and it's coming up on December 15th, is we're going to take a bunch of children and they're going to go on a shopping spree. Each one will be able to spend up to $100 on anything they want.
Nice.
And we try to identify the most disadvantaged children in Dade County for this particular event. And the reason why is because for many of these kids, they've never had an opportunity to touch, let alone spend $100.
There you go,
right?
yeah.
They don't get to make those decisions.
Sure.
So their chaperones will walk with them, have a calculator out. Their job is to get all $100, not a penny less. And it's funny, the young ladies do quite well. They have it down to an art every dime.
Really? They calculate it out, right? Yeah.
But in addition to that, we also do our law enforcement and emergency services career fair, where we're trying to expose young people to the great lifelong careers in police, fire, corrections, emergency services of
So
all
important.
time.
And another thing that we do for the kids in our Leadership Academy when it comes to economics is we have a program where it's called the Dollars and Cents program. We actually teach our young leaders how to invest, go and look up the credit worthiness of a company to see if you want to invest in it or not, the whole 9 yards.
We're quickly running out of time, but I want to hear a real quick success story. The mayor of Opa-locka.
So, true story. The newly elected mayor of Opa-locka, Matthew Pygott, started as a Leadership Academy young leader. Went on, he lived in Opa-locka at the time, single mom raised him. Went on to Morehouse College at the behest of another member who took him and showed him Morehouse College. Graduated from Morehouse College, came back to South Florida.
Yeah.
Got re-engaged with the Leadership Academy, and in addition to being the newly elected mayor of Opa-locka, he's the chair of the Leadership Academy now.
It's all full circle, isn't
It goes full circle, mentoring the 100 way across a lifetime.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great to have you and to hear about this organization. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
To find out more about 100 Black Men of South Florida and how you can help, visit 100blackmensf.org. We'll have this link and much more information for you on our Facebook page at Your South FL. How do you plan to give back this holiday season? We'd love to hear from you. Send us your take on this or any other topic that matters most to you. You can reach us, as always, by email or via our Twitter or our Facebook page at Your South FL. Leave a comment or post a video. We always look forward to hearing from you.